It's a beautiful day, gray sky. I enjoy it today because the sun is not so hard in the face, and you can see there's the flowers around me. The blackbird is singing. The cardueles. Well, it's spring, and yeah, I feel very good in life. And these days I'm very energetic. I'm really excited, and I like that. That is a very good moment to share. Of course, life is not always like that, and it hasn't always been like that. So yeah, I'm well, now there's a few videos I am shooting at the same scenery because I like to share this with you. And this, what I want to share is more on this Matrix Reimprinting and EFT, maybe more indirectly, but yeah, on how I changed my life really, and how it or how it works. And yeah, where to start? I want to start with my personal journey that you may know already a little bit. That my life was, I saw my life quite dark, from a dark place. I didn't feel happy in life, and I got very stressed out. I went through some very dark periods. What you don't know, because I've never shared it online before, is that I even got into a psychosis once. And yeah, so I've seen some dark places, let's say, but I'm quite a positive person, and I didn't stay in there very long, luckily for me. But many years later, I discovered that there was another way how, and not just needed to take medicines, but I could find another way how to be comfortable in life within my own body, which was one of the biggest struggles I had. I just didn't feel good where I was, and no matter where I went, I was always accompanied by this person, which was me. So then, at a certain point, when I got a family, it got more difficult, and yeah, I got more stressed again. And yeah, life. I felt very locked up in life. I didn't know how to get out of there. Um, yeah. So then I got into contact with some people in the mountains of Andalusia, and I started to explore not just nature outside the body, but especially within my own body. And I discovered I could be happy within my own body, which I only knew when I had fallen in love, but not, yeah, I didn't fall in love before with myself. But then that started. So there was an eye opener, a life changing moment for me. And that was very big because all my life I had been dedicated to nature conservation, and I wanted to save the world, and I wanted to get to places where no human could reach. So I was pretty much working on nature conservation out of human, and developing like refugees for. I wanted to develop like refugees that, in the case when human now finally disappears or changes his way of thinking, that then there would be places from where nature can come back. And well, I was very much European oriented, and I still am pretty much. But still, that was what was keeping me going, and I was really working very hard and very fast, so that we would get more information on how to save the world as soon as possible. And there was about 20 years of my life I was doing that, but at a certain point I realized that really there was still a lot of nature to save, but I was trying to collect data to demonstrate to others that it was needed to change the way of how we are dealing with the world, with how we are using the land, and thinking especially in nature how we are contaminating and not having leaving any space for natural systems apart from the human. And that was my devotion pretty much. But I saw all the time that human was destroying. So I was developing different projects to get people involved in the nature conservation, and to change their way of looking to nature conservation, to go on a wider scale, more on a landscape level. And well, that I after some years I could see that really we know pretty much what we need to do if we want to keep a beautiful nature and a high diversity and functioning ecosystems. We already know what we need to do, but we don't do it. So then I started to educate more and more on do organize camps and everything, so that people could see that really we are not doing it. We can do it, but we are not doing it. So I made what I called educative and participative workshops where people could join and do things, and we still organize those, but where people could do things together and at the same time learn from each other and see that really this way we are living is not a very healthy, durable way. So all this was before I started to go into myself, and discover that the ecosystem that was being destroyed by human was my own inner ecosystem, of course. So I didn't realize that the way how I was looking to life was really destructive, and I was running and going so fast to work on nature conservation that I also passed my own body. And I had an idea I was living for, and that was nature conservation, but I forgot about the body and I forgot about my healthy mind. I didn't know anything about energies at that time, nothing. I only knew that if people were talking about spiritual life, I got a bit backed up, like, oh, that's scary. So, well, long story, but this is a bit of my entrance, and that has changed very much, because as I discovered that I could be happy within my own body, all of a sudden I also discovered that maybe we were not destroying the world that much. Yeah, of course, the tendency there is in the world is that there is pretty much destruction ongoing, but at the same time we have developed so many tools that we can use already for positive direction, but we don't use them. So there we get back to the same educational ideas that I have. Yeah, we know what we need to do. We have this whole system. We know how we can live in a different way. And at this moment, with everything that's going on a global scale, that everybody knows what I'm talking about. At least if you know, it's March or it's April. It's April 2020. So now it's happening on a global scale that we are everybody seeing that if we want, we can change from one day to another. We can change our entire system, and that we can do on a society, on a country level. We can do it on a global level, and you can also do it on your own, within your own energy levels. And in your own body, you can change. If you really want to, you can change very fast. So we have the tools and we have the needs, and as we have the needs are very present, we will change. That's a bit my philosophy. And so this has an introduction on how to get to this inner change, really, and how you can make use of different tools and techniques to change your world within yourself, so your own ecosystem within yourself. And so I'll shoot another video on that.